is good, family? So good to be here. 11 of you guys on the live. That wouldn't have anything to do with, people having the day off, is it? Wow. Let's go here. Cool. Back. All right. 12 of you guys on the live. Man, people are ready for it this morning. I love it. I love it. All right. Okay. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I am. Let me get your comments up here as well. Okay, bet. Yeah, we go. Oh, lost my phone for a second. All right, there we go. All right. Okay. I didn't even listen. Today was so wild. I didn't even get a chance to put my glasses on. I was just running so far behind. Like it's kind of crazy. Oh man, let me get my comments right. All right, so man, Enenea, of course, you have been first for a couple of these now. It's amazing. It's amazing. I think today is day 29, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. And then K-Walk Comedy is here. I don't know. I've seen K-Walk Comedy multiple times in the comments, but I don't know if I've seen you this early in the comments. Good morning, my dear friends. Good morning, Rebecca. Thank you so much for coming through. I saw you Friday night. That was so cool to have you come through and hang out with us Friday night. Good morning, M3 Live Tribe. M3 Live Tribe. Thank you so much for coming through. Excited to be on your show next month with none other than the person commenting after you. David Hunt, what's going on, sir? Thank you so much for being here. I see that blue wrench for both you and Florence. Always good to have you guys. M3 Live Tribe, that hashtag is trending. It is trending. Howdy, folks. Wanderer is on the joint. Wanderer, what's going on with you? Thank you so much for being with us today. I'll just turn the music up a little bit so that I know when it actually ends. It looks like I got about 90 seconds. Here we go. Ibrahim Lucas is on the live. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Monday to you and happy Martin Luther King Day, which is not just a day off, but a day on for service. And I'm hoping that everybody is able to do something today. Wow, we coming through. So good to see y'all today. Thank you. Lady Mart MW says greetings. Greetings to you as well. Raid from Quiet Time. Yes. Oh my word. Look at that. I almost missed that raid, right? Thank you so much for sending everybody over here. David Hunt. Can't thank you enough. Stretford Sue, good morning / afternoon to you, Kirk, and everybody watching. Yeah, that's the M3 Live Tribe. Good day. Good day. Good day. Wanderer says, I love it. I love it. Welcome to everyone from Quiet Time. Man, y'all are having a absolute blast. Janet Lambert is with us. Hey, Janet Lambert says, happy MOK Day. Thank you so much for being with us. I truly remember seeing your comment last time and you talked about this being part of your morning routine. Woke up to a snowy morning in Dallas. I didn't even take a look outside. We're supposed to be getting some really severe weather here in Huntsville as well. So I'm just going to check the camera real quick, and I'm not going to do that. Nope, I don't see any snow. But they called for snow, but I don't see any. It doesn't mean it's not cold, but we don't got any snow though. Friday night was so good. Look. David Hunt says, I'm sorry I missed the live on Friday night. No problem, man. Listen, it happens like that. Well, anyway, guys, you know that the music has finished. And so that means it is time for us to get into our morning motivation. Today's quote, well, today's quote, it wouldn't be right to celebrate MLK Day without having a quote from the great Martin Luther King. So I looked in my bag of quotes and pulled one out that would work for us, right? I wanted to make sure it would be something that would work for us. And so here it is. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I'm going to repeat that again and pull the mic up a little closer this time. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I love the phrasing of it. And if you can tell, I'm a student of English, so I love the tense because it's not asking, what have you done for others? All right, we're not in the past. And it's actually not asking, what are you going to do or planning to do for others, which means it's in the future and may never happen. It's asking about, in your current season, in your current sphere of influence, in your current scenarios, whether it be work, home, whether it be on the job, whether it be in other social circumstances and scenarios that you find yourself in, what are you doing for others? And one of the things I want to share is when I got into the content creator game, I still have a creator coach, somebody who I chat with every now and again about trends, about best practices, about things that we can do. This person is not a believer, as were many of the people that I was working with and looking to emulate back at that time. This person was not a believer, but they had ridiculous exponential success in the creator world. And I remember, chatting with them about a number of technical items, and it was almost like it's like, one of those record scratch, like, hold up. We're talking about a lot of things, but I want to make sure I give you one thing that is of utmost importance. And I paused. I literally put my pen down. And I'm looking at this person like, okay, this is of utmost importance. You don't mean like, understanding target audience and value proposition, looking to work with the algorithm and speaking the language of technology so that I can utilize it on my behalf. I can ride the wave and towards success. None of those things are how we've been talking for a while, sir. How can this be the most important? And again, not a believer, but this person said to me, seek to serve. And I just kind of sat back in my chair like, what? He said, seek to serve with your content. If you're putting out content for any other reason, for, vanity metrics, to boost yourself up, to gain followers just so you can have followers. There are people that just want followers for the sake of having followers. And he said, if you're looking to do any other thing, they can tell, and it probably will not be successful. And even if you do experience success, it's not sustainable, and you don't have a big enough why. Seek to serve. It blew me away. And it reminds me of this quote that we hear from Martin Luther King. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? He said, with your content, seek to answer the questions that you couldn't answer yourself by looking around YouTube. If that is the crux of why you put the video out, then it doesn't matter if the video only has 2 views or 20,000 views, because even if you were able to help one person, then you would feel that the video was worth it. Seek to serve. And the flip of that would be, what are you doing for others? One of the blessings of parenting is that you are shepherding, you are mentoring, you are guiding a young human being, full human being, but young human being, and much of their worldview and perspective will be shaped by what you pour into them. Inherent in the parenting process is giving of yourself. There is no there's no payback that a child will give a parent that could cover what we are happily and overjoyed willing to do for these children. There's just nothing. But inherent in that love, inherent in that serving that we do as parents, you must also discipline. So there's a balancing act that happens there. There's a balancing act. Sometimes the assumption, or sometimes we might be tempted to say that seeking to serve, we might be tempted to say that doing for others means giving them what they want and not necessarily what they need. There are some videos that I've put out where it wasn't quite exactly what the person was hoping to hear, but they had to hear it because that's what they needed in order to get across the line. That's what they needed. Some videos aren't just me saying, hey, here's how to do this thing. Some videos, it's me saying, you've been thinking about this incorrectly. And if you don't fix that, you'll never get to where you want to be. Some coaching sessions where I'm trying to gain understanding and perspective to help this client reach and attain their goals, I have to take the gloves off. Praise God, you haven't been able to see this during my coaching corners yet. But sometimes I have to get real. Sometimes coaching gets intense. Sometimes I got to get in their face and ask them the real why under the why. I have this process called ask the question why 7 times. So once you answer the first why, okay, then why did you do that? And once you get to that 7th one, you'll finally find the answer. The idea, the concept is what you're doing for others is in their best interest and not necessarily just what they want. Life's most persistent and urgent question speaks to a core principle that we each have, a core need and desire. And it sounds something like, what's your purpose? What's your calling? Why are you here? Educators, I worked in higher ed for a number of years. and educators are some of the most overworked and underpaid professionals I have ever rubbed shoulders with. But they are some of the most fulfilled people on the planet because they can tangibly see who they're helping. There's a former student worker of mine who I still stay in touch with to this day. And every now and again, I get to hear them share with others the impact I've had on their lives. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes you need to hear how this made a difference. You need to hear how you're having impact. You need to hear the answer to MLK's question back to you from your own perspective. Let me flip. MLK asked us this morning, what are you doing for others? Have you ever asked your circles, what am I doing for you? And one of the things that YouTube allows me to do is to create and document the impact I've had on others' lives. And I want to share a few of those with you today. I'm going to share one last critical point about this process, and then we'll be done. I realize I am a married woman who podcasts with her husband every night, but I love you. Thank you for explaining in a way I can follow and for not being boring. I have wicked ADHD. That is a comment on a YouTube video from someone who had been searching for, I condensed it because it was like 2 paragraphs. Someone who had been searching for weeks. Here's another. The light bulb finally turns on. Thank you, Kirk. Something new will be coming out of VA. I will take your challenge, coach. I will take your challenge, coach. That's another comment. Love this. The gems I received from this session, major. That's another comment. Another comment. You activated my beast mode. Thanks for the detailed visuals. That's another comment. Here's one other. This video alone has been invaluable to me. I have designed how I wanted my custom layouts to look, but how to make them work was completely different. Using your methods, Stream Deck, and a couple of macros helped make my stream look and work much better. You now have a new subscriber. Thanks for the evergreen content. So much wisdom. This is a different comment. And mentoring in this channel, dropping by to say thank you. Man, I cannot tell you how much I needed this video. Thank you, Kirk. This video needs more views, packed full of great ideas and narrative. This guy went above and beyond in the first 30 seconds of the video. Sheesh. Kirk, you might have to write a book on this topic. And here's the last one. Thanks so much for the video. Looking to be a light for others who are in a dark place or just beginning their chronic pain journey and may be in a dark place. Bless you, Kirk, and the work you are doing. I don't save these quotes to pump myself up and to feel big. I save these quotes when I get the negative quotes. I save these quotes when I'm tempted to say I'm not having impact. I save these quotes when I want to answer Dr. Martin Luther King's question. What are you doing for others? When I lived in South Africa, lived on the continent, I like to say South Africa, but the tribes and the culture, it's intermingled, it's not necessarily confined by the lines that make up the borders of the countries. So you can be hanging with a Zulu in South Africa, and the Zulu tribe goes into Botswana and several other places as well. But as I lived in South Africa and I worked with the people there, they always had these sayings, and this one saying always stood out to me, and I've heard it so many times I can repeat it from memory. They said to me, Kirk, Compliments are like perfume. Just smell them. It's a great scent, very pleasing fragrance. But the moment you drink them, you will die. And so there was a very real perspective on keeping comments where they needed to be, keeping praise where they needed to be, not internalizing them so that they cause you to be puffed up and prideful. I don't save these comments to put myself above anyone else. I save these comments as a reminder, and I have pages and pages and pages and pages of them, but I save these comments as a reminder, a pick me up when I get into a place where I'm out of sync. The compass is off, and I need to go back to basics, recognize that I'm here to serve, that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what am I doing for others? And I pose that question to you. I pose it as a challenge. Will you take some time today as we celebrate the life, legacy, and impact of Dr. Martin Luther King? Will you take some time today to itemize, to look through what you are doing for others? And that, my friends, is your morning motivation. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I had to shift gears. I have a ton of quotes that I can use and pull from, but I decided no, we're gonna use something from the Dr. Martin today. Gotta use something from Dr. Martin today. So definitely excited for today's morning motivation. Okay, let me see what we got here. All right, woke up to a snowy morning. Friday night was good. Snowed in. All right. Oh, Florence says snowed in Maryland too. Just the dusting. Let me go here. Oh my word. Rosalind Mentor Marcel is here. What's going on? Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Y'all need to know that Rosalind is one of my moderators for my church. And let me tell you, her and about her, one and two others, they help me moderate comments for our church. And sometimes on a Sabbath to Sabbath basis, we can have upwards of 4,000 or 5,000 people in the comments. 4,000 or 5,000 people. And it's so awesome to see them do their thing. I've not seen her on my channel before, so I'm excited to see you here. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today, Rosalind. I hope you're still around. All right, let me see. Lady Mart says, seek to serve. Yeah, that was the, let me tell you, that blew my mind. I heard this from a non-believer, and I was just sitting there thinking to myself, what? You're telling me seek to serve with expletives and, while smoke is still billowing out of your mouth from the cigarette that you just took a drag off of? Like, whoa, you're telling me to seek to serve. Believers don't have the corner on the market for wanting to be helpful. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not gonna fool with you. Oh my word. Rosalind says, thank you. It's not about the high numbers. I appreciate this timely word. Just tuned in. Hey, this is every morning, sis. Ibrahim Lucas says, Kirk, last weekend in your video about StreamYard, let me come back to it. I'll come back to it. I'm coming back to it. I'll definitely get that answer, but I want to make sure we do some recap from our morning motivation just before we get into the media part. You also are impacted by serving others. Ooh, that's so good. I wish I had seen that while I was speaking. The flip side is, this is when I see those comments, to see how what I'm doing is having impact. It impacts me. It changes me. That's so good. That is so good. That is so good. Demolition News says, I have said it before and I will say it again. I am nearly 4 years and 650 daily live shows into my journey. I have modeled myself and my show on Kirk. My success stems from this channel here. Demolition News is not just, this is not hyperbole. I want you to know that he's not just saying this because of the topic today. He's not just saying this because, I read off some comments about how, people were impacted. Demolition News has actually emailed me privately a couple page email to describe the type of impact that we've been able to have. And I am just so proud of what he does and how he is taking what I'm doing, sharing knowledge and value on streaming and content creation, and he has run with it. I mean, that is absolutely amazing to see what is possible when you seek to serve. I love it. Powerful, brother. Did you do this video in EVMux? No, I'm live streaming right now with a product called Ecamm, and that's what Ecamm looks like. This is the whole Ecamm look right here. And so no, I'm actually using Ecamm today. Compliments are like perfume. Yes. Smell them, but don't drink them. For the moment you do, you shall die. Come on. He wrote it out better than the way it was said to me is what I said in the video today, but he wrote it out the way that it should be said. Fire. Rebecca says, Kirk, I will be answering that question for you today on my live. Yes. Now I have your live on my calendar for today. What is the time for the calendar for the live, Rebecca? Maybe I feel like I have it wrong because I have it down for like right now. I don't know why I have it down for right now. So hopefully that's incorrect. So definitely let me know. Agree with you. I agree with you. So glad to be here. Rosalind says, welcome, Rosalind. So glad you are here. I love it. Hey, our service today is to show live by hitting the like button. I love it. By hitting the like button. I love it. I love it. My moderators are just the best. I love it. The offering plate is the like button. You guys are hilarious today. I love that. 14 of you guys on the live. I love it. I have your Wednesday night live on my calendar. I do too, David. I want to say that. And so, Rebecca, we're waiting to hear from you. I hope you're not live yet, but I will be definitely going to check you out. I want to make sure you guys get a chance to catch our live video news, which will only be sent to those who are on our mailing list. So our mailing list squad will get our live video news, and wanted to make sure you guys get a chance to check that out. 4 p.m. Central Time. Got it. So let me move this. To right here. I'm moving the appointment I have to 4 p.m. my time. So that's, I guess, 5 p.m. for those in the East Coast. Thank you, Rebecca. And you'll see me in the comments. I don't have anything on my calendar for 5. It's kind of sandwiched in between 2 appointments. But I will definitely jump on. I want to make sure we support you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. This is the site to go to. howitallworks.com is where you want to go. In fact, I can bring it up on the screen if you want me to. This is it. howitallworks.com. If you go there, this is what you'll see. And you'll see that big blue button, a big purple. Why did I say blue? That big purple button right there in the middle says join the mailing list, and you'll be able to do that. This is our latest video on the channel. This is our latest podcast. This is our latest coaching corner. This is our latest morning motivation. Now, this is the produced morning motivation, the ones that stay online permanently. The one that you're watching right now is our live version for the M3 Live Tribe. Thank you so much, Florence. But yeah, the M3 Live Tribe hangs out Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. On Wednesdays at this same time, we put out our actual produced version of morning motivation. So we're excited to have you for those. Definitely make sure you check out our shorts as well. But yeah, a lot of resources on the page. In fact, if you go to the watch page, you can even see what other shows that I have been a part of. And so there's several things there. Look, how to get unstuck. There's several things there. So I want to make sure you guys bookmark howitallworks.com. A lot of resources there. Coaching is there. Podcast is there. Even our shop page is there. So definitely want to make sure you guys get a chance to check that out. So many cool and awesome things coming down the pike. You will be blessed. You will be blessed by the newsletter. He's teaching in the newsletter too. I am actually teaching. And let me tell you, the one for today, there's some gems in there. There is some gems in there. There is some gems in there. So you might want to check that one out. I will only be on for an hour with this live today to catch people up with what I've been doing. Oh yeah. So Rebecca, I'm on. I'll be on there. Don't worry. I'll be on there. This is what I like to do. Outdoors in Maryland had their live stream not this past Saturday, the Saturday before. I got a chance to check them out. He will be on my Coaching Corner show on Wednesday. So we're excited for that. So definitely hoping you guys can come in and hang out with us. My mouse decided to take a nap. All right. So Ibrahim, I hope you're still with us. I apologize for putting it up and taking it back down. I just didn't want to interrupt what we were doing. But Ibrahim, I hope you're still with us. Okay. So Kirk, last weekend in your video about StreamYard, you talked about your PDF presentation and camera, three camera and Stream Deck. You used 2 button on the Stream Deck to switch from one scene to another. So let me say this. All right. So let me say this. Okay. So Ibrahim says, can you do 1 button to do 2 action at the same time? So the answer is yes. The answer is yes. You have to program in a multi-key. Let's go to, let me get something right here. You have to program in a multi-key. Now, I don't know if I have, I got a whole lot of stuff going on this profile of the Stream Deck. So I'm going to go back to my StreamYard profile. So, but yes, here we go. Of course, when I do that, I don't have my live demo mode button. So I have to actually click on that. So here you're looking at my desktop, and this is the Stream Deck piece right here. And so you have some options here. You have a hotkey and you have a hotkey switch, but somewhere in here, multi-action. So here you have multi-action, and so you can expand that. And so you have multi-action and multi-action switch. And as you add them to your Stream Decks, just add it by dragging in here. You see here, drag an action from the right and drop it here. And so now with the multi-action, you can add 2 hotkeys, right? So you drag a hotkey and then drag a hotkey, and then in the hotkey itself, you can click to assign it, right? So you click to assign the 2 things that you want to do, and then you would have your multi-action button. So that's how you would do that. So instead of pressing the 2 buttons, you can actually press 1, and it would actually allow you to do the 2 things that you're asking it to do. I hope that makes sense. Wanted to just kind of give that quick little tutorial right here live while we're doing this, and I hope that is helpful to you. I hope that is helpful to you. So I'm gonna shift back to my regularly scheduled program. There we go. But I hope that's helpful to you, because that is definitely something that's possible. So hopefully that hope that it got you across the line. Just got you across the line. All right, let me see here. Mouse is snoring. Yes, my mouse literally went to sleep. I'm like, why is it not moving? That's hilarious. All right, Kirk, can you recommend a tool that can help with repurposing for podcasts, that such as squeezing different formats from the recording? I wish I had not recorded my live video news prior to interviewing the founder of Pod Squeeze last night on the stream show. But I definitely really enjoyed this stream show. It was definitely a great session where we learned about this awesome platform called Pod Squeeze. And so we had one of the founders on. Myself and DJ Strick had one of the founders on, and we were able to chat with him. Let's go to the screen here. All right, and we can I think we can turn that one off. Come over here like this, boom. And so this is Pod Squeeze. Pod Squeeze it takes a totally different approach, because it's sitting on top of OpenAI, aka ChatGPT. And so you can actually modify, by using prompts, the responses that you're getting back. So first of all, you throw your podcast at it or your live show, and transcripts come out. It'll give you show notes, summarize the main topics covered in your episode, and make it more searchable. I want to repeat that. It'll give you the timestamps, create chapters with timestamps and guide listeners to specific segments of your podcast episode. It will give you that. It gives you titles, boost your podcast SEO and engagement with catchy titles that work. It'll give you blog posts. It'll give you newsletters. All right. I don't know if you're seeing these. It'll give you newsletters, posts about your podcast episode everywhere, and get new listeners. Social posts. It'll take a quote from the podcast, make it into a graphic, and you can take that and post it. It's just amazing. All what it does. And these guys started the company last year, 2023, in February. They launched this. And so they're just coming up on a year, and it is absolutely amazing what they are able to do. So and this is not even everything, because they just rolled out the ability to do video clips, so AI video clips with editing as well. So it's a game changer. New AI podcast clips and quote images. So look how this looks. And I heard that you are now living your indie dream already. So that's the quote, and this is what it puts out. Wannabe entrepreneur, running a company and hiring freelancers. That's the name of the podcast and their tagline. But this is what that quote looks like. Imagine putting your podcast or live show or even produced content into a platform like this one and having it spit out all those things. I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal. Episode chapters. This is one-click episode clips. I need to slow that down. Pod Squeeze effortlessly generates subtitled clips for your podcast episodes. Just pick the chapter you're interested in from your episode and export your video. It's really that easy. I mean, you can literally just export the chapter, and it does have some editing built in, so you can edit a little bit there as well. Show notes, which is a major issue for a lot of people. Just trying to figure out show notes can be a difficult thing. So definitely something you can do here. And you can change the voice. You can ask it to be a little softer. You can say, hey, I want this to be a little more sarcastic, and it'll change how it wrote it. But it still tries to capture the content of what your podcast episode was about, but it'll change how it wrote it. So definitely something to look through. They've got an onboarding ebook. They've got a lot of things that they've tried to make this a one-stop shop for repurposing for people who are looking to utilize content. So I absolutely love it. I think it's definitely something that we should check out. So thank you for that question, David Hunt. You're always on point. I won't worry you all with tuning into Wanderer Oz live stream, folks. It will be a crazy hour of the morning over there in the States when I go live here in Australia. No. Share with me the time. You never can tell. I would love to know what the time is. Just share with me the time. I would love to know what the time is. Thank you so much, Florence. Thank you for making sure that people put the question mark in. Share with me the time. Oh, on the multi-action button, if it doesn't work straight away, add a small delay between the two actions. Sometimes it goes a bit funny without a delay in there. Thank you. That is absolute value. So I hope Ibrahim is still with us, and I hope that he got a chance to catch that. I forgot completely about I haven't set up a multi-button in a long time, but definitely, this is definitely a great point. All right, okie dokie. We'll be in about 2 weeks. We'll keep you all updated. Okay. No. I like the 2 weeks. I just want to know the time. There we go. What magnifier are you using for the browser cursor, mate? That's brilliant. Oh, it's called, let's go back to live demo mode. It's called Pro Mouse. See right here? It's not for the browser, actually. It's anything. I can use it anywhere on the computer. Doesn't matter what application I'm in. It's a Mac store item. So if you go into the Mac store, if you have an Apple computer, if you go into the Mac store, it's called Pro Mouse. I think it costs like $199, but you can customize the color. So it doesn't have to be purple, but purple's kind of my thing. So, but yeah, that's what it is. It's called Pro Mouse. So definitely glad we can answer that question for you. Wanderer. Yeah, it is brilliant. I absolutely love it. Oh, David already answered your question in the comments, but yeah, just wanted to make sure it's not just for browser. I can use it for any application. It's installed on the computer. So definitely something to look at. Oh, there it is. So he says we'll be either 5:30 p.m. Or 6:30 p.m. Sydney time. I wonder what time that. So what does that translate to? Are you 12 or 13 hours off of us? What is? I know that my guys in the Philippines are about 12 hours off of us. So, yeah, and I have like 3 video editors in the Philippines. So definitely that's the reason why I said share the time, because you never can tell. I might be up on a meeting with my designer who's in Greece, or one of my, you never can tell. So definitely share what time that is. Okay, but and we definitely, okay, so there's 1 a.m. ET. Oh man, I might be able to pull that off. Let's see. I might be able to pull that off, but I'm definitely going to be looking forward to hearing you come back and say, hey, this is the date and this is the time. So I might come, I might not, but if you share with us the date and time, at least we can make that decision. But if you don't share with us the date and time, we definitely can't come. I just want to be able to support folks. That's like the coach's burden. Is like, I want to be able to actually show up when some of my folks go live. So, yes, definitely there's the replay as well. But yeah. Thank you, David, for your question today about Pod Squeeze. It allowed me to really showcase something today from a media perspective that will definitely be helpful. I did not include that in the live video news, but I might include it next week. So if you are tuning in, you might see that pop up again. Not in as much detail as we share here. So definitely glad that we're able to do that today. But man, listen, I am excited for the holiday. I don't know if it's a holiday for all of you, but hopefully some of you guys get a chance to observe Martin Luther King today. And again, I just want to reiterate that quote that we started with. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? There's Google Martin Luther King quotes. You're going to come up with a ton. I spent way too long trying to pick one, but I felt like this one was one that would work for the theme of what we've been doing with morning motivation. And sometimes it's good to flip the question around. What are you doing for others? And flip it to say, what have I been doing for others? Is there evidence that I've been doing for others? What evidence is there? How can I find out in people's own words what the impact I've had on them is. And there's no YouTube has a lot of cons. Don't get me wrong. So sorry. YouTube has a lot of cons, but one of the pros is that you will be able to go back and see the comments. You'll be able to go back and see the comments. You'll be able to go back and see that history. Did you know, let me not share that because that's going to be a part of our new live video news today, but you can go back and see the history between yourself and a person who has been commenting on your channel. You could see that whole conversation in one view. And I think that's absolutely awesome what they're doing. And I love that platform for that particular purpose. Seek to serve. Here we go. Oh, Ibrahim says, thanks for the info. I'm so glad we're able to do that. I'm so glad we're able to do that. David says, you're welcome, Ibrahim. Have a partner meeting today, working out those AI business transformation deals. Come on. Definitely think that. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's awesome, Florence. You're gonna kill that thing. Oh, snap. She says, I just found the temperature is -7. I got a case of the yawns, but if you haven't been hanging around the channel long, you don't know what that means, but I have an iron deficiency that causes me to yawn. And even though it's early in the morning, doesn't necessarily mean I'm tired. It just causes me to yawn. And it's like one after the next, after the next, after the next, after the next. So whenever I say I got a case of the yawns, I can't even stop them from coming. Anyway, let me see what Florence is saying here. BTW also loved the website launch last night. Always learning from you. Oh man. And my wife and I got a chance to do that one together. She's the web designer. So we and I wish I could take credit. The client was like, hey, because the client, this particular client, Pierre Quinn, he is a client of my wife, or let me just say, he's a client of both sides of composition. So he's on the web side, but he started on the video side. We were producing his show for a long while. He took a break from it, as you can see. He said that last night, but he took a break from it. And then while on that break, he's like, you know what? I need to redesign my website. And he decided to use Kanique for that. And so the team worked together to redesign the website. So once she was delivering the site, because I've already produced his show, he was like, hey, why don't we do a website launch, a live website launch? And Kirk, you could produce that and host that for me. I was like, oh yeah, that's gold. So I wish I could take credit, but even after the live was done last night, I was talking to Kanique and I was like, we've got to do that for more of her clients, because it's just such a great value add to launch the site and let people know, hey, we're here, we're open for business, we're doing this thing, we're pushing in this direction. I think it's absolutely awesome. So that was that. Thank you for that reminder. Thank you for that reminder. She said it's uniquely you, sir. That's definitely true. Oh, website launch, I missed that. Would love to see. It's on the composition channel. So if you I'll put a link in the chat right now. I just thought to myself, maybe, yeah. So I put that link in the chat right now. But I was just thinking to myself, I wonder if that's actually gonna work. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna put that link in here and make sure it does work. Yeah, it does work. iCouch.live/YT. If you go to there, you should be able to go. Created playlist, stuff like that. But you should be able to go to live, and you'll see the website launch from last night. So that'll take you there. Yeah. And you'll see all of the other Incubators Couch shows, episodes, I should say. So yeah, definitely would love for you to be able to check that out. Some good things coming there as well. Dun, 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 dun. Composition channel. Yep. We got you. We got you. We got you covered. Fam, listen, it's we're right at the time frame where I need to go ahead and get going for the day. Got a number of things to accomplish today, even on this day where we're observing, where we're celebrating legacy and life. My word, legacy, life, and impact of Martin Luther King. I still have a number of things. As I mentioned before, I said this in the lead in. Hopefully it's not just a day off, but it is a day of service. That was what MLK was all about. And in my opinion, it's one of the best ways that we can celebrate him. And that's why I chose today's quote, because who are you serving is that question. And I know several people shared how they're going to be answering that question, but that was my challenge to you today, is to turn that floodlight inward for you to be able to see yourself and say, okay, I could be doing this. I could be doing that. Here is how I can serve. Listen, just because you have a 9-to-5 doesn't mean you can't serve. You can serve with the skills and talents you have been entrusted with in any way that as they say, what your hands find to do. You can do them with all your might. You can do them with all your mind, with all your energy, with all your creativity. You can bring your full self to whatever it is that you do. And when you do it that way, as you serve people, whether they're clients or it's actual service projects, people will receive what you have to give in a different way, in a way that allows them to see your why, that it's not just for the paycheck. I do this because I want to serve. Anyway, absolutely, you can serve right where you are. That is so true. Fam, there's never a time where I come to this space and I am not inspired by your comments. I want to say that sometimes it may seem like it's one side. It is not. I am always inspired by your comments, always inspired by your engagement, always inspired by you being here this early in the morning when I'm recording these morning motivation segments. It's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher. If you've never heard me say this before, I want to say it before we go. I believe your live stream is your digital storefront. Somebody sent me a message yesterday saying, hey, I want you to meet this person. They're interested in they're interested in video marketing. And then another person who was on that thread was like, oh, I didn't know you do video marketing. I'm like, you haven't been listening to your live stream is your digital storefront. There's no better way to go from busy and broke to peaceful and paid than for your ideal customer to see you do your thing live. And one of the things I want to help people do, it doesn't have to be a customer. It could just be somebody you're looking to serve. But one of the things I want to help people do is to utilize the vehicle of live streaming to serve at scale, When you listen to some of those comments that I shared today in today's morning motivation, some of those could not happen if I was not serving at scale. You can't have the type of broad impact without recording a video or going live and sharing that value. When I do that, sometimes I have impact on people I have never met before. Do I have even one witness? Like Florence is becoming a very good friend. We've not met. These are the reasons why I'm such a proponent of live video. If you haven't been around long enough, you don't know that we have a t-shirt that says live streaming is a little glimpse of omnipresence. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. Because there are people who are watching you. There are people who are watching me from Australia. Hey, Wanderer. From Massachusetts. Hey, David Hunt. From Maryland. Hey, Rosalind. From literally all over the world. Like, this is a moment in time. And in live streaming, we've been given a gift to be able to have impact across borders, across countries, if we would simply harness the tool. And so that is what my channel is all about. That is what I want to help people to do, whether through how-to videos, whether through actual remote production, video production, and marketing strategies, or through coaching. And if you are interested in any of the above, I would absolutely relish an opportunity to work with you. My information is in the description below. It's your boy, Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher. Thankful for your time and attention today. We'll see you around these internet streets or in another video. Grace and peace, fam. Oh, I see y'all in the chat. 100%. 100. I like how you typed that in there, David Hunt. Family, if you're watching this on the replay, there's some great content right to the side of me. Click one of them. Maybe you might be informed and inspired.